Thank you. Now I'll ask you to spice it up, if you will, Ivan and Martin. Czech take or Czech perspective, and let's use, if we have, some case studies, meaning examples of companies who are actually already shaping or are being part of that crucial, vital conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, so first of all, I think we should be clear, and it seems to me that there are two generals. So what's the truth? True is we are now facing a news of new things which are coming, talking about grants, bleeding, and external investment fund, EFSD. So I would appreciate if you can talk a little bit how it's implemented, these challenges in your countries and in your agencies. I think it will be very useful for us and for the others. So let's be practical. And I think that we are two generals and nobody will understand us. So first success for the business is to break the language and culture differences between the governments and companies in the way how they are talking about development cooperation. They have to understand each other. We are talking generally about wonderful tasks, how we will save the world. Somebody is learning how to tackle with the financial sources, so from United Nations and OECD and not OECD, EU and other funds, but they are not in the process. So if we are really would like to go into the process, the first task for us to be clear, 100% clear to explain what we are doing, what we would like to do. And this is what I'm missing in the discussion development cooperation on the European level and others. So I would appreciate if today we can use the opportunity to talk more simply, because companies will tell us, I don't understand you, what are you talking about? I will not join your programs. Maybe some NGOs are involved because they are structured, the tools. Is it good? No, it's not good. So policymaker, as the ministry's department, we have to, on both European and Czech level, be clear and explain why the company should be involved and explain them. They are thinking in different way. They are, businesses are because they have to make a profit. They have to survive and give employees and sell products and services. So if we will put too much general thoughts about how miracle results we would like to achieve in the world, it will be misleading. So it's breaking the trust we have to build between the private companies and the governments on the development cooperation. So that's first remark. And this is the case in the Czech Republic as well. So what we are trying to do to explain, and companies are smart, they will be only involved. We have 15 pages about some programs. So they will click to one page, which costs are eligible for the program. And they will immediately understand if they would like to be in or out. Talking about the general things, it's useless. So let's be clear and let's move to the things which will be touchable by the users of that. So if we will feel that we would like really to have a companies on board, we have to change the culture we are talking with them and make the breaks, walls which are between the non-government institution, NGOs and the private business. Otherwise it's a waste of time. Second point, yeah, there are new activities. So what is important discussion on the European level, if there, for example, will be fund for sustainable development, does it mean that it will be financed from the EU budget? Does it mean that it will be financed by by countries, and only the countries which will add additional money will be in? Who will be eligible on the national level? It should be financial institutions or it should be agencies. Who will be in the process? So there's a lot of things which has to be clarified on that, and I hope that the discussion is standing, that this tool will be accessible for all EU member states, if we would like to really be credible to European policy. So what we are doing first, we invited companies for the B2B programs, that's financing some studies for the tenders, study of preparation of the things, so we will discuss on that in the afternoon, and we have a program, and this program, as I mentioned at the beginning, is eligible for the businesses. So what my intention is to make the program in the future more simple and more clear for the businesses. I think there is some progress on that. We are happy that more companies are invited into the system, but we have to go further. And I will be happy to learn how these things are arranged, both on the European investment level and others. And second point is to make an agreement and to select the institution on the Czech side which will be eligible to give the grants. So we are talking with several financial institutions here, and this is the way how we would like. It tends to mean that the Českomoravská rozvojová záruční banka is ready without changing the law to be eligible partner for that. This is no new discussion. Mr. Voles, remember, we talked about soft loans, I don't know, 20 years ago, and when I was Minister of Industry, we approved the program for soft loans, which were partly successful. Yeah, there's a lot of challenges on that, but we need, if we are really would like to implement something, is to come back to that and finance the institution, because the development, we are talking about a country with the highest risks. So that's not commercial business. That's something. There should be some effects to give guarantees, and we have to have political decisions on that. How far we would like to go. That's the whole, and we are discussing on that. And I hope that next year we will have some results. So B2B program for the businesses is growing up. It's a successful tool, but I appreciate from the discussion if we will be more precise and more specific about benchmarking which tools and which programs are successful, why, and which are not successful and why. That would be useful for both businesses and us as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Martin. The gloves are off, I understand.